Okay, the identity matrix. This is a really, really important matrix. And here it is. So this thing over here is called the identity matrix, and it's given by 1, 0, 0, 1. Now it's so important because if you take any 2 by 2 matrix and you times it with the identity matrix, the matrix will not change. Okay, anything multiplied by this just gives itself. So for example, if I just make up a random 2 by 2 matrix, such as 3, 2, 1 minus 4, and I multiply it with the identity matrix 1, 0, 0, 1, it's just going to keep this matrix the same. Okay, nothing's going to change. The answer to this is going to be equal to 3, 1, 2, minus 4. Okay, you can work through it and go through it yourself if you want to prove that yourself, but that's going to be the case. So in other words, we can write this using some notation. We can go and say, well, if we go and call this matrix, I don't know, matrix A, and the second one, the identity matrix, you label it as capital I. That's quite important. So in this case, if I took A and I times it by I, so if I go and take A, I times it through by I, you just get the matrix A over there. Okay? Now, we said previously with matrix multiplication, in most cases it is not commutative, i.e. the order of things will change the answer. However, with the identity matrix, it is commutative. So if we take A times by I, that's going to be the same thing as doing I times by A. You're going to get the same answer. So in other words, if I wrote this 1, 0, 0, 1, and I times it by 3, 1, 2, minus 4, you're just going to be getting 3, 1, 2, minus 4. Okay, which is just A again. So that's really important, right? If you multiply any matrix by the identity matrix, it just keeps the matrix the same. Okay, it gives itself. Okay, and it's commutative. The order does not matter. You'll get the same answer. Okay, and this is useful, as you're going to see later. The identity matrix is particularly useful with transformations. Okay, so there's a big link there. Transformations meaning things like reflections, rotations, enlargements, and translations. Okay, so that is it really for just a brief introduction on this identity matrix. It's going to come up quite a lot from now on. So that's it. Good stuff.